And welcome to the Big T Show. I am Big T, and we are back. Are we back? This ain't Big T Studio. What is that, a green screen? No, we are on the road. Hands free, no mic. I have a fucking mic stand right there. Can't find the mics. I got this Zoom thing to set up shit on the road. I'm using my laptop, which my buddy told me to get years ago for comedy, and I never used it, and now I'm using it, so I guess he was right. I'm double checking just to see how this sounds, because I'm Big Boomer. Hey, it sounds pretty good. I just need to talk, man. We have a lot going on. I'm smoking this frosted gelato by the Jungle Boys. It's summertime, New York City. I'm going to speak a little loud so the microphone can pick me up. Is this Fugazi? I don't know. We got the tank tops by Prince Charles, THC TV, the bake what your mama gave you. Listen, we'll see how this goes. I need to talk. I'm going to figure out this Zoom thing that I know this retarded kid that it worked for, so it's gonna work for me. I got the mic stand right there. I was gonna plug in the mic with no cord, like Tommy Boy with the clip tie, but I can't even find a bag of mics. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go off of this. The sound's gonna be but I'm gonna figure it out. I usually do. We're on the road. A lot going on, but I need to talk. I need my therapy. I always say this is a selfish act of me talking, and just listen, me and Kira are taking a chance. I love Kira. If you hear that noise in the background, it's the ice machine that she got me for my birthday last year. Because I love a nice cold drink. Even when I was drinking, that's water. Even when I was drinking, like my drinks need to be cold. Beers, they need to be in the freezer rotation, unless it's in a cooler full with ice. Koozies in the winter. People come by someone's house. I see them with a 12-pack to put the Bud Light right next to the couch. I'm like, how is that enjoyable? I like a nice cold drink, a fucking huge glass of vodka. Like, come on. But yeah, Kira, that's the noise in the background. And yeah, we're doing some things. We're trying to. I love Kira. I don't want to get vaccinated. I don't want to get a marriage license. You want to get the government involved? Oh yeah, that always works out well. Ask the people that got vaccinated. You know what I mean? Like, how about we get a mortgage? How about we do some big things together? And that's what we're trying to do. So I'm Airbnb in my spot. I'm just passing through by the neighborhood that I moved to after living in Brooklyn as a kid. A neighborhood that never I don't know. It's in a beautiful neighborhood. All my friends live down here. My brother lives down here. And we're just passing through. We're staying in Rockaway we got Kira's spot as we're Airbnb in my spot. And I'm in a neighborhood. I haven't been around like 5 years. I don't drink. I'm busy. I'm trying to be famous. And my goddaughter's down here, a lot of my friends. And just some of the looks. There's a lot of hypocrites down here, man. Just like, who are you? Who are you? Like, let's say I was a bad person with no criminal record. I haven't gotten no summonses down here by the cooperative board. No, nothing against me. You know what I mean? But like, let's say we're all equal, but I stretch the law to a 99 and you do it at a 2%. Like you know what I mean? Like there was this guy at UPS, Tony Donato. I'm driving home one day. It's 12, 13 hours days. Just want to get home. And I'm driving up Louisiana, which runs parallel to Pennsylvania Avenue to get to the Bell Parkway because it's quicker. And there's this fucking truck in front of me doing like 20 miles an hour. I'm like, yo, shithead, I gotta go. I want to get home. I need to get high, get laid, eat some Taco Bell, whatever the fuck it is. And I go around him and I fly to the belt. I get home. I work the next day or the day after. I'm coming in, about to put the Diad machine in the slot. He goes, oh, Farrell, you want to drive around me on Louisiana Avenue? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I was in Canarsie today. What the fuck's he talking about? Then I'm like it is airing me out, like in front of everyone. Besides safety, driving is very important with UPS. Safe driving is huge. Like you get in trouble for that shit. And I'm like, this cocksucker's airing me out. I'm like, I wasn't even in Storage City. I was in Canarsie. I'm like, hold on. That was you in your fucking car last night, you fucking pussy? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna fucking air me out in front of the managers about how I drive in my personal car? Like, yo, even if I'm doing 50 miles an hour and you're doing 36, you're doing a mile over the speed limit. We're both breaking the law, shithead. Like, stop being a hypocrite. I hate these fucking people. He was Portuguese, and he thought he was Italian because he lived in Howard Beach. Like, no, you're Portuguese. I'm Farrell, and I have more of Italian in me in my fucking bloodline. You fucking loser. I remember one time I had to give him work, and he hated me because I barked on him. He was an older guy. All bark, no bite. And I'm ready to bark and bite. You know what I mean? Like, let me go. And I was giving him work, and he wouldn't accept it. Like, he was trying to be super union. Like, motherfucker, I'm union too. I'm dispatching work from a manager. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just doing my job, but he wouldn't take it. I'm fucking screaming at him in front of fucking New Park, spit coming out of my mouth. You fucking Portuguese fuck wannabe and fucking Italian. Like, I hate these wannabes. Like, you're Portuguese. Be proud of it, you fucking loser. You know what I mean? And, like, there's a lot of these people down here who think I'm a bad guy. You know, listen, there's a lot of people down here that love me, invite me over for dinner, and choose me to fucking be the godfather of their fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, when I was partying, right, we'd be on the beach. When I was hurt every summer, UPS, 800 a week workers comp, 3,000 a month social supplementary disability insurance. You know, I'm making 64, so whatever it was, no, more than 6,400 a month. I was doing good. Yeah, I was making like 6,400 a month, tax free. So, you know what I mean? So I was doing good, and then when I was working, I'm making 100 grand a year with all the overtime and everything else. You know what I mean? So, and I always worked as a kid, paper routes here, Brooklyn, stock boy in a supermarket. And some of these fucking hypocritical people in this neighborhood, filled with good people also. You know what I mean? Like, your kid's on the beach with me drinking, doing blow. Then we're going to someone's house, pre-gaming, first bar, second bar, third bar, after hours, super after hours. And this, not once a week. This is happening all the time. And, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm the bad guy? Who's giving this kid the money to drink, do blow, buying 3 for $100, $200 worth of blow, vodka drinks at the bar? These hypocritical parents that judge other people. It's like, you're giving Junior all this money to go out drinking. Who cares where I'm getting my money from? My mom ain't giving it to me. She never, nothing, shout out to Carol Fowler, nothing against her. But I always work because I don't like to hear no. From a woman, from my parents. All right, fine, I'll get a job so I can fucking buy my own shit. Fuck you. And a lot of these hypocrites down here, as I'm on the beach partying with these kids all day, all night, I'm like, they're judging me, but who's giving all these kids money to do all this stuff? You're payrolling their addictions, you fucking hypocrite fucks. And, you know what I mean? Just being down here, Kira, like, the human Xanax, the sweetest person, like, one of the nicest people you ever fucking meet. And I say human Xanax, she's not on drugs. That's how calming you are when you're around Kira. You feel like you're on a fucking Xanax, you know? And some of these people, I got a couple shows down here this month. The most legit I've ever been in my life. Just feel comfortable in myself to come back down around here. And just some of the looks, and you say hi to them, you be cordial, and they just look at you. It's like, no, you know, Kira's uncle controls the weather. She's Jewish. You know, we're a text message away from a Sandy too, you cocksucker. And I live on the 3rd floor, just like last time when I was on the 6th floor. Yeah, I'll lose my car, but I got my electric bike. I'll be zooming around the fucking neighborhood, you cocksuckers. But, yeah, no, a lot going on. I wanted to lead off with just hypocrites, the hypocrisy of the world sometimes, and people. Of like, I know there's crime and then petty crime and then loss, the bigger crimes. But know what? Some of these people down here, like you don't, like, you don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. And, you know, am I perfect? No. But know what? You're not perfect by giving your fucking kid hundreds of dollars to do coke and blow a week and then judge someone else. You know what I mean? Someone who works fucking 60 hours a week or is smart enough to set himself up with supplementary disability insurance or workers' comp every summer, you fucking jerk-offs. But, listen, we'll get back to that. And like I mentioned, it's been a little while. I've been on the run. I hurt my knee. Last show I think I did was, and this is like I always say, it's a selfish act of me talking just to get better at stand-up. I mentioned the ice machine Kira got me, but last time we were on the show was my birthday. And I just wanted to show this present from Kira's dad. Shout out to Drew. It's every newspaper article from July 18th, my birthday, to the present day. And it's one of the coolest fucking presents I ever got. And I remember these articles. I remember seeing these papers because since a young kid, I've read the newspaper. I don't know. I love reading the newspaper from the comics to just it's a movie every day. And I just wanted to shout out Kira's dad, Drew, for getting me this awesome present of just every newspaper since I was a kid. And when I first started the show again at the condo, Drew would be commenting, and I'm like, and I never really met him, and he had these like in his profile picture, he had these glasses on, and he just looked like John Gotti Jr. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna hear me saying my nonsense, but no, it's all in jest and fun, and he's just a cool dude. I love him. Awesome present. People always ask, hey, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? It's like, yo, fuck you. If you have to ask that, you don't know the person. How about get to know the person better? You know what I mean? And get them a good gift like this, the ice machine. I like cold drinks. I'm sweating. I'm parched. This cool fucking book of every newspaper. I love the newspaper. I read it every day. You know, in high school, why open a book? I'd rather read the well, in high school, I turned on to the Post because after a certain year, the Daily News they took out the stock market prices in the middle. I was just fascinated of watching prices go up and down. I just always loved business. But I always read the newspaper, and I probably read most of these articles and covers since my birthday in 1980. That was the last show we did. Shout out to Drew, he's the fucking man. And yeah, just leading off with that. And summer's winding down. I always say after my birthday, summer's over. People hate hearing that, but it's true. We're halfway through August. Where the fuck did the summer go? And like football's around, the gambling. We're gonna probably get back to the big picks of the week, but we're probably going to tone it down a little. At the end of the year, last year, we got a little out of control, and it happens. It happens. But I've been I just been enjoying the summer. Show's been light. Back to recording the THC TV with Big T. We just did a magic mushroom cookie the other day. Fucking can't wait for that to come out. It was awesome. And I just been enjoying myself. I mentioned the pedal assist bike, which is the cheat code for fat people. If you're a certain weight, you probably shouldn't be allowed to ride a pedal assist bike. Like, you should work on losing your weight, and then once you reach that goal, you're allowed to, because it's just fun, man. But, like, there's a lot of shithead bike riders out there. Like, in the 80s, there used to be a thing, go with the flow, the traffic flow. And I never understood it, but like the guy in the motorcycle would always get hit, or the bicycle. It's because, like, let's say you're going trying to cross a one-way street, coming across on an avenue. You're looking to the left because that's where the cars are going. And a lot of these bikers, kids, stupid ladies, like who I almost hit by accident. I'm always driving around. Like, if you're going against traffic, who's looking that way? That's how you get hit. And I almost hit a couple of people this summer, and it's one of my fucking hard-ons of. Yo, go with the flow, the traffic flow. Like, if you're, and I go against it, but I'm not gonna get mad if I almost get hit. I know the rules. I'm looking to the left because that's where the cars are coming. Why would I look to a car driving against traffic? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's one of my hard-ons. I just was fucking, as I was thinking about it, the summer's winding down. I've been out of my bike. I haven't recorded. I'm trying to do this on my laptop. I don't even know if the sound's coming in clear, but the fucking preseason football, that's approaching steadily, and that's my fucking, what's that shit called? My arch nemesis, fucking gambling and eating. Two things I can't control. And I haven't been gambling, I've been sort of fasting, and I've been fasting a lot, actually, but it's tough, man, and it's steadily approaching, and I get excited because I love football, but I also I have no self-control, and summer's winding down. A couple of weeks. We're like less than a month away to football. Where did summer go? So we got to stop and enjoy it. And that's what I'm trying to say. I've been going out of my bike, got the nice tan going. But been trying to do this Airbnb as we stay in Kira's place in Rockaway, bounce around, visit people. She works down here sometimes. I work where I'm at. And it's like one of these things. It was like a sitcom where the bonehead guy's like, "Hey, I'm gonna Airbnb my spot," and like, yo, the world was just testing me. First, I'm at a show. I'm headlining a show in the Producers Club, the Stoner Morning Show, Canniversary show, and like I'm vending. Shout out to my boy OG Rocks for helping me out, having his pieces out. He really saved me, and I'm like. My second group of people at the Airbnb were having a party. I could tell that the cameras are there, and I'm very emotional, like I'm still living there, And I'm going out on this roof, checking the cameras, fighting with Airbnb, trying to vent, trying to stay in the moment because I'm headlining the fucking show. and I fucking twisted my knee, and I'm like fucking, like almost fucked my meniscus up. Like I don't know if there's workers comp in comedy. You know what I mean? Like, is it already started? Do I need to get this supplementary disability insurance again? But you know what I mean? Oh fuck. All right, Kira. I try to put it on airplane mode. Well, listen, this is a test. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the camera, the Zoom thing going with the mics and everything. I just wanted to do this for the aesthetics of the mic hanging here. I'm used to that. But the Airbnb is funny, man. It was like everything that could go wrong. I didn't bring enough linens for this German family, and I'm fucking going out. Like I said, it was my birthday. We go to Peter Luger Burgers. Had me going from like the borderline of Long Island back to Brooklyn to drop off my boy through the streets. It was like a Friday. I'm like, why the fuck did I do this? I didn't leave enough linens, so I had to go to the store to get these people the linens, and I'm going to drop it off. I'm walking up the block. I'm like, fuck, they're walking up the block too. It's this German. They're German. They stick out of my block, you know. And we're walking up the stairs, and I have these like little German kids going, "Is that Big T? I think that's Big T." Like in this German accent, and I hear it. I'm trying not to hear. It was like a heat wave, and of course the lock wouldn't open as I'm trying to open the lock for the fucking people. So thank God there was some German guy sleeping in there. He opened up. I had a locksmith come the next day, and they're like asking me all these questions, like, we see your face everywhere because it's all over my wall, like in the studio, the koozies out on the table, and I'm like, they're like, are you famous? Like, wait, Big T, are you famous? It's like funny, like these Germans are asking me, like, because they see my face everywhere. I'm famous to me, you know, and maybe infamous to the neighborhood where my mom fucking lives and shit. But you know, everything that could go wrong as we go. Then there was a leak. You know, it warped the floor. This, but I'm getting the hang of it. You know, this is what you asked for. You want to be big shot. Who do you think you are? You know, and it's funny. You're meeting new people, and you know, this is what I'm trying to do because comedy's tough, man. You know, like it's been a light August. Like I don't know, I'm putting the work in. You know, the times I get on stage, I may get last. It's hard to crack it, man. It's hard to, you know, it's a little clicky, but you know what? I always say the universe gives you what you're ready for. Maybe I'm not ready for bigger things yet. Who knows? Maybe I got to put in more work, and I am. I'm gonna hit some open mics after this. Polish up my stuff, you know, because we got some upcoming shows, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped. We got the backyard show coming up next Friday. Big friends block party, huge. Have a huge backyard, cement. Like it's just a deck, but it's a stage. You know, I always envisioned it when he showed me when he first got the house. I'm like, yo, we got to do a comedy show here, and I'm pumped for that. Is it out? It's outdoors. It's a backyard. But know what? It's going to be packed, filled with people. I got a couple of my friends coming down. Oleg, James, Michael Rourke, Phil 987. Stay tuned. We'll see. The host of the party all of a sudden grew a pussy and got a little upset about me bringing Phil 987 for shits and giggles. But, you know, so I got to get sharp, man. I got to get sharp. Then following that, the last Tuesday in Labor Day, the Tuesday night at the Sugar Bowl, even before Sandy, when it was like a little place, Spilly and the boys, shout out to them, would have rock band. And yo, I never played rock band, but I would get up, I'd do Moni Moni, Kung Fu fighting, all jacked up on coke, and it's just it was like a concert because some of these kids are good and they're in a band now, and it's like from rock band they turned into learning real instruments. It's pretty wild. And the last Tuesday before Labor Day, since I started 5 years ago, they blessed me. And I always thought, I'm like, yo, if they kept giving me this Tuesday before Labor Day, that one day, like, hopefully I'll be famous enough where instead of trying to book comics, I'm talking to my comic friends, like, hey, come down, we'll do a beach day, then we'll do comedy. And it's like, I always envisioned, like, big, huge things. And, like, last year, I was fortunate, you know, I run into, shout out to Ryan Reese, killer comic, seller comic, touring comic, fucking Netflix actor, the whole nine, cool dude, Rockaway, original Rockaway residents. And my friend Amy, who was and Spilly, they wanted something big, and we got Mark Norman to come to Rockaway / Breezy Point and burn it fucking down. And this is people are like, oh, Mark Norman's like too famous now. No, last year, he was already on this sick trajectory, and now he's definitely out of that range of coming back down here. But we have a big show planned for the Tuesday before Labor Day. They bless me every year since I started comedy, and I have I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve. I'm talking to Ryan today, see who we can get. But know what? Last year was still the end of COVID, you know? So, like, yeah, people still, were they touring like he was or whatever, like, so it was easier to get a Mark Norman or, David Suarez also. So we're trying to pull some things together because things are back to normal, like the CDC just pulled all the things down, like COVID, vaccine people and unvaccinated people, the same people or some shit or whatever. No more quarantining. It's just crazy, man. But I'm looking forward to that. And is it Big T and Friends like how I envision it in the future? No, she got to book the comics. But know what? We're not that far off from it. I feel it. And you know what I mean? The universe gives you what you're ready for. And I'm ready to burn this universe down to the ground. I'm just waiting my turn patiently, sharpening my knife. Like I am very confident in myself. Know why? Because I hear the fucking laughs. You know what I mean? I hear the compliments. I have the people coming up to me. Is it translating to more stage time? No, not yet. But know what? I gotta get better. I gotta tighten things up, and I will. And this attempt at doing the Airbnb, because listen, I got hurt in 2015. It's 2022. Every 7 years, you lose 50% of your friends. Every 7 years, the energy, the cells in your body change. And I need change. And, I see the game around me changing. And know what? It's time for me to be some sort of realtor, landlord type situation. Have money coming in when I'm sleeping so I can concentrate on comedy. So a lot of these mics are in the middle of the afternoon, and I don't know who's fucking financing some of these comics' life because they're at mics all day. Again, like the kids on the beach doing coke with me all night. I know what I was doing to support myself. How the hell are they doing it? And I don't judge. But know what? My life has to change. My energy got to change. And that's what I'm doing, this transformation of Airbnb, making money. I can't help but make money, man. Since I was a fucking kid. But I need to make funnies. I need to make more people laugh. I need to do more comedy. And so I got those shows coming up and hopefully hit the ground running in September. I'm working on new shit. And just, all that being said, like, just what inspires me is seeing stand up. The last show I did was about a month ago on here, the Big T show. And I was talking about seeing Andrew Dice Clay on my birthday in Long Beach. Ryan Reese, shout out to him once again. And my neighbor, who's a comedian, and his wife, super cool. They're friends. They're not neighbors, they're friends. She's like, hey, Tommy, I got these tickets. Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. And I'm like, fuck, I spent a bunch of bread for the tickets for Dice. She's like, don't worry, you don't have to get it back to me. And then she's like, no, you're taking the tickets. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm easy, So me and Kira go, floor seats at the Garden. Fucking, we're going. There's no food downstairs. You got to go upstairs. I'm like, I asked the lady. I'm like, hey, what time's the show starting? It's already running a little late. She goes, don't worry. There's a opener beforehand. I'm like, all right, listen, I want to see the whole show, but if I miss the opener, it's cool. We run upstairs. We come back downstairs. We didn't miss shit. The show's about to start. We're right under the jumbotron. 6 seats, dead center, like 22 rows from the thing. Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. And the night before, there was an incident in Minnesota. Protesters about Chappelle and this shit. So they start in the show. The Chappelle symbol comes on from like the Chappelle show, the green and the red. And they're playing Karma Police. This is what you get when you mess with us. And I'm like, I'm getting the hairs on my neck right now because it was a moment. I'm like, this is solidarity. Comedians standing up for each other. I love this. Like the top of the food chain standing up for their boy. This is what you get when you mess with us. And Dave Chappelle comes out and opens for fucking Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. And years of Dave Chappelle getting jacked up and not being the skinny guy from Half Baked. Look, I'm not the same skinny guy from 20 years ago watching Half Baked. I was never skinny, but you know what I mean? Like, and the people say he's a clone, and sometimes you look at it like, is he, isn't he? But, and like, a lot of the stuff with the trans and political stuff, it's still funny stuff, but he was old Chappelle, and it was probably better than any of his specials. And I'm sitting there just thinking of doing solidarity, and they pull out Dave Chappelle to open for Chris Rock, who crushed, and then Kevin Hart, who I've seen him once before, and he's good, but he's not my favorite. It was an all-time fucking show at the Garden. Chappelle opening for Chris Rock and Kevin Hart, and just the Will Smith jokes, the fucking guy attacking Chappelle, because these guys got attacked, and you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, he got attacked because the guy had a knife on the end of a gun, a fake gun. He was like, I got attacked by a knife, identified as a gun. Like, just ripping into these cocksuckers. And that's the inspiration. Seeing this, the food chain sticking together, not fucking other comics sometimes hear what you're talking about and like, oh, I had this fucking, I had multiple Jewish comments. Oh, you're gonna do your anti-Semitic stuff? Like, my girlfriend's Jewish, asshole. Like, are you a comedian or some guy? Like, or you're masquerading as a comedian, you fucking asshole? These are jokes, you dumb fuck. You know. And speaking of which, I had like more inspiration, more life. Like, you had to get out there, people. Bill Burr. I bought these tickets months ago. Forest Hill Stadium. It's like a Roman Coliseum. This old cement Forest Hills. You feel like you're in fucking Prague. They have this like square with cobblestones, old fucking buildings. Forest Hill is absolutely beautiful, absolutely fucking beautiful. Me and Kira, beautiful night. Queens, Bill Burr. We got there. Awesome food. We had some chicken tacos, fish tacos. We were on the floor, last seat in the aisle. They do there's a movie. We had the world premiere of the movie he has coming out, Old Dads, looks hilarious. It's like old dads versus woke people, and Bill Burr and the guy from Boardwalk Empire, I forget his name, the Italian dude, are the old dads. And yo, it looks hysterical. He financed it himself, believing in himself. I love it. And yo, it was different than the Red Rock special that's on Netflix right now. And it was a beautiful night, semi-full moon, 2 days before the full moon. Bill Burr coming out, working new shit. And yo, I haven't laughed out loud. As a comedian, sometimes I go to a show and I'm like very judgmental because I'm like, yo, you're in your own head. You're a comedian. You're critiquing instead of enjoying. And I couldn't stop laughing out loud. He touched on so many fucking things. And I think it's going to be a special. They were filming it. And it was one of those, another all-time show. I saw him at the Garden. We all my boys were all fucking high, getting fucked up, and he went long. And there's like big fines for going long at the Garden. And he's like, fuck it! And yo, one of the best shows I ever saw in my life. This one at the fucking Forest Hill Stadium, under the moonlight, Bill Burr, all new shit, didn't hold back. And it's just inspiring because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about my life. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to do this. But these comics are out there who are the top of the food chain doing their thing. And it's so inspiring. And with that being said, I had to get out here. I had to get my selfish act of me talking. I had to get a Big T show. I couldn't get this to work. I couldn't find the mics. So I had to do this. Is it fugazi? I don't know. I feel a lot better. I'm about to look at my notes. I'm going to go get some China New Store with DJ. I'm going to crush 2 mics tonight. I'm going to hit this fucking ground running. I got some 2 shows, local shows, my fucking people. I'm going to light that shit on fire. And, and then fucking, I'm just very inspired. I'm saying, look, and they're both going to be specials. The Garden Show with Chappelle and them, and Bill Burr. And mark my words, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to love both of them. And if you're wrong, call me out on it. Leave a comment below. But thank you for whoever checked in and watched. If no one did, or if you didn't enjoy it, I apologize. But you know what? It's a selfish act of me talking for me to get better at stand-up. And this is therapy. I can't go to therapy. Last time I went to therapy, they tried locking me up in the MICA program after I told them I stopped selling drugs and drinking. They're like, oh, you have a problem. Like, I stopped it, you idiot. They tried locking me up. They wouldn't even be able to let me out. Oh, you talk to people. Oh, you said too much at therapy. Said too much. That's what's wrong with this country. You're saying too little. You know what I mean? We're holding it back. You know what I mean? That's why you're not getting better. You know what I mean? They need you to be. If you leave it all out there and we fix you, you're not going to come back, and we're not going to get paid. So, listen, this is my therapy. I get paid when I get off of this, smoke this fucking frosted gelato, and have some Chinese food within my fasting window, just in case my trainer's watching. But listen, thank you guys so much. I love you. I'm back. I'm going to figure this out. We're going to have the mics. We're going to have guests. But I appreciate all the support. And remember, be the person you are when you're high. See you next week. Later.